Hello everyone, my name is Olamide, otherwise known as Explicit. Today I'm talking on the fabric of reality and trying to dive deeper into habits and especially addictions. And I'm excited because I know that my girls will let me lot. I hope to make this video public, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Cheers. All right, so I said this class is very important for every one of us because, pay attention, I know that because many of us have gone back home for the holidays, you probably had access to your mother's phones, right? Had access to your dad, your siblings, or perhaps your own personal phone. And what that would have done is that you'd have probably enjoyed the use of the internet. And I think I have a responsibility to help you reduce the noise and the distractions that come from owning a phone. And I want to actually boil down what I would call a train of thought to what I would talk about as habits and addiction. There has been such a fight for your soul. And as much as we'd like to pretend and look away and hope that you are wise enough to understand that some things are destructive, I think we somehow ignore the potential or the propensity of our inability to confront some discussions. We have now allowed those discussions to become monsters that are killing and destroying us subtly. And I'm choosing my words deliberately because what I want to talk about is something that might shock many of you, but I think is very important that I brought to the fore. Because I've realized that the very moment we allow these things linger, like a proverbial monster, they start to grow. It is when we start to grow the audacity to address it for what it really is that we're able to shrink it from its enormity and bring it down to its real size. And so habit and addiction, I have hinted on it time and again, but today I want to be very direct. You see, there is such a growing trend among young people for watching explicit content. Now you know why I'm being careful with my words, right? Explicit content. Many of you call it pornography. And there's also another habit that follows pari passu. It is called masturbation. I know you might be wondering why I'm choosing this route. I'm doing this because I intend to desensitize many of you. I'm doing this because I want to help many of you. Because you see, like I always say, if a man like me comes and tries to harass you, your instincts are to report, right? And you'll be angry, justifiably so. But when you are the one who initiates those kinds of attempts, you condone it because you think you are trying to derive pleasure from it. So if perhaps somebody plays pornography content here, everybody here will be aghast. Hey, God forbid, Alueme, impossible. Uncle, you are destroying our lives. But when you are the one who now has an earpiece and a phone, and you are in your room, I have locked the room, and nobody can catch you, and you watch it, it no longer becomes Alueme. Instead, it becomes pleasure. And you are not going to report yourself because you are enjoying yourself. And you know, the painful part is many of us now justify those acts by saying, after all, nothing bad is happening, right? It just happens in your mind. You just watch it, just like watching a movie. And that's why I'm calling your attention to what I'm about to share, habit and addiction. You must understand that the devil and his cohorts, and what I mean by his cohorts, I mean everybody who participates in ensuring that the purposes of the devil is fulfilled, are working very systematically, subtly, and strategically. Say it after me. Systematically, and there are 3 S. That first of all, there is a system to it. It is not haphazard. They don't try to destroy people haphazardly. They don't wake up one day and just say, hey, let me try and destroy ERA. No. There is a system of destruction that has already been designed and is being curated for destroying people's life. Then secondly, it's now subtle. What does it mean to be subtle? It means that it is not naturally observable. It is not directly observable. So for instance, if I try to steal your money, like if I try to steal your money now, and I come, hey, your money in your life, that's a direct approach, right? Now, what if I now try to create an avenue where I actually steal the money, but I make you participate in stealing. So I come and tell you, hey, if you give me 10 million, if you give me 10,000 naira, I'm going to give you 10 million naira by the end of the month. You see, I'm stealing your money. That's what it means. But why am I doing it? I'm doing it in a way that it is subtle, because there's no way I should collect 10,000 naira from you and give you 10 million naira by the end of the month. Is that true? So if I'm able to wire that speech in a way that you now agree and give me that money, what have I just done? But you don't call it steal. What would you call it? Take. You gave me your money for investment. Right? That's a subtle way for stealing, but not stealing directly. So what I'm saying with that is, the devil works in that kind of manner, where he tries to destroy you, but he doesn't come out directly. He comes out subtly. What I wanted to say was my first example. So if perhaps I came and tried to force my way around you, you get angry. Hi, how can this man try to rape me? Some of you may say. He's harassing me. Some of you may say. But if I came and then my first attempt in achieving my goal, which is to probably do something terrible to you as a man with a lady, I'm sharing this because of life experiences. Now, if I wanted to get to that end, but in the beginning of my get to that end, what I did was that I bought you what you like. I bought you a good bottle of drink, cold Pepsi, fried rice and jollof rice with chicken and coleslaw, and I give it to you on the first day. What would you say? Oh, such a kind man, right? But now, what I've just done is that I have used a kind act to mask my evil intention. Do you understand that? So two different men with the same agenda but different approach. The one who comes out directly, everybody hates him, right? But the one who comes indirectly, people don't discover him immediately, but they all have the same goal. And that's what the devil does. He doesn't come directly. The Bible says the devil comes to do what? Steal. But who have you seen around the world that the devil has stolen from? Or killed or destroyed? Nobody. You pick up cigarette. Did you die? Nothing happened. But eventually, you become a slave to cigarette. Have they destroyed you somehow? But in the beginning, how did it feel like? Felt like, hi, I'm not feeling like a big boy. I'm feeling on top of the world. That's what he does. He masks his intention under something that appeals to the human logic and human flesh. The third part is now what? Strategically. It is that he knows that there's a particular age for hitting his target and making sure that his target can no longer be delivered from that activity. And so, first of all is what? Systems. Second is what? Subtlety. Thirdly, strategy. Now, I said all of this because I wanted to highlight on pornography. Many of you here have been exposed one way or the other, if you have been on the internet, to some form of explicit sexual content, whether it is hardcore pornography or it is softcore pornography. You must understand, and like I said, it's a very, very, very sensitive discussion I'm having with you, but I want to make sure that you are not in any form of ignorance about what I'm talking about. So whether it applies to you or not, learn it. What did I say? Learn it. Because I've realized that the devil now comes at many of us. We have our phones unguarded, unguided, and then you're on the internet trying to search actually for very important things online. And then all of a sudden something flashes around, right? What do we call them? Pop-up ads, right? And then you realize that you just maybe you just mistakenly got carried away, and then you are realizing that you're on somewhere entirely strange to you. But your curiosity now sets in. What is it? Let me see. Right? Right? Because you are young. Actually, curiosity is a potent, very, very potent form of what it means to be very young. You're always curious. Why this? That's why innovation and creativity lies with kids. So you are curious, and then you check what exactly is on the internet. What is on this page? What is this? This boy, he touched her head. Oh, what would he now do next? Hey, this useless man. You run away from there. But what happens is that because you have now watched it, the memory sticks in your mind. That memory now becomes a haunting ground because your brain starts to go back to it once in a while. The internet is wired in such a way that when you engage anything, what happens is that they start to bombard you. So what is actually happening is that you have a digital footprint. Has it happened to anybody here on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook where you watch a particular video then they recommend something similar to that video. You see, that's why they'll keep recommending those kind of videos. They'll never recommend science, technology. They'll keep recommending Brain Jotter, Perla, Jarvis, all these guys, because they're all in the same line of work. So you start watching a video about boys and relationship. Guess what happens to your timeline? All you see on TikTok will always be boys and relationship. So the day you now mistakenly watch 3 minutes of that thing that seemed like God forbid, you now realize that this girl was interested in this thing. She watched it for 3 minutes. You start spamming you with it. Boom, boom, boom. Gradually, because now it's on your phone. Before you don't even know where it was. Now you now know where it was. You are not starting to fight. I'm not going to watch it. So for the first days, delete it. Rubbish. God forbid, I'll not watch it. Second day, rubbish. I'll not watch it. Third day, rubbish. I'll not watch it. Fourth day, rubbish. Rubbish. Fifth day, what is even there? I'll not watch it. Sixth day, rubbish. Let me even see. And gradually, you have begun a circle that will kill you. Pay attention. When somebody starts smoking, they encourage them to start smoking, right? Have you ever seen an addicted smoker who needs to be encouraged? That's what the devil does. Systems. He forces it upon you in the beginning. Then over time, you're not the one who starts looking for it. Because it gives you what we call dopamine. Say dopamine. So anybody, have you ever swept your mother's room before and she praised you and you're so happy? So that thing you call it, it's what we call dopamine. It gives you a feeling of excitement. And guess what? Anything that has to do with sex can always give you strong excitement. That's why it is very, very important a tool in the devil's arsenal for destroying young people. Because everybody here wants to feel that thing where you are happy, you are excited. So when you watch pornography, it gives you that kind of thing. And then when you now go forward to masturbate, you increase your dopamine level. What it now does to you is that you are wiring your brain unnaturally to find how to always be excited without doing anything. So my example was you swept your mother's room, right? And you felt happy. Now you don't do anything. You are killing yourself, but you are feeling happy. You are now installing a virus that will kill you eventually. And guess what? You are feeling happy every time you install the virus. And so what happens? And it's not even about the thing that is happening to you and what things you are watching. Remember I talked about innovation and creativity, right? Is that as you now indulge that act, what happens to you is that your brain starts to reduce quality and potential. You now realize that many young people don't dream big anymore. They don't have capacity to think wide. They're always just thinking how they can just get money, how they can get drugs, how they can be happy. Nobody wakes up to something very deep and big and say, you know what, I'm going to get this thing done. Creativity is being sapped away gradually from their minds. And that's what I want to bring to your notice. The fact that every act, every attitude that you watch on the internet, especially when it connects to every and any form of sexual content, whether it is soft porn, you know what they call soft porn? Those ones that you watch that don't do anything, but they always talk about, hey, hello, my dear. Hey, they now show the girls bomb or the man's, and then you're just watching all those things. You are infiltrating your mind, and gradually you are pushing yourself gradually and forward into something that can now become a habit that would eventually destroy you. And that's why I had to call your attention to it, because I know many of you here have access to phones. And many of you will not pretend that you have not seen all of what I'm talking about. But some of you see those things and nobody addresses them because everybody believes that you are too young to know them. And gradually those things are destroying you inside. And I'm saying to you now, it is time for you to take a decisive step against them and make sure that they don't kill you, because they will kill you, they will steal from you, and they will destroy you. And I don't want any of you to fall in that category. So I know that you've come back home, you may have done many of all of, if not all of what I've talked about, but I'm saying you have a fresh start to begin from. Some of you here who are already in ungodly relationships, I'm making a joke about it. Why are you gay? You are gay. If you are probably feeling all those tendencies, you have watched tendencies, you have watched videos like that on the internet where you are seeing same sex and all of these things, and you are just already nursing those thoughts in your heart. You see another girl, and then you are just feeling, hey, I just like this girl. Hey, watch it. Some of you here when I talked about emotions, right? And I told you that emotions are not wrong, right? They are neutral. Because like I said, many of you here have just hit puberty. If you saw your breast growing, if you see your hips growing, if you see your bum growing, Believe me, as your bum bum and your breasts are growing, it's also how every other thing inside you is growing as well. Your emotions are growing. So for the first time, you don't see boys like boys anymore. You see boys like attractive things now, right?
Yes.
And you're thinking, hey, what's happening to me? Jesus Christ, I'm not a sinner. You're not a sinner. Your emotions are growing. That's how you also take your emotions, and whenever they want to jump around the place, you put what? Protection, and you control it. Something tells you, watch this kind of video. What happens to you? Protection. Because if you use your curiosity, you can only use it in one direction, either wrongly or rightly. If you use your curiosity to discover funny, foolish, idiotic things, you are killing yourself. But if you use your curiosity to discover important, right, and godly things, you are very, very in the right direction.
Hello guys, we are the most important terminators from the Incubation program, aka TIP. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Bye.